Hey everybody, Daver here, and welcome to the show. Welcome, Chad. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Thank you. Before we get too far into it, everyone out there, don't you dare forget to elbow drop that like button, power bomb the fudge out of that subscribe button, and leave a damn comment.
How about this? We're going to try something new. Dislike the video if you want 4-hour dynamites to keep coming, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. Like, well, okay, in my defense, I was gonna watch it all, just Collision the next day, but unless I'm an idiot, which is probably the case, I can't find the replay of Collision on Max at all. I looked, I tried, I was gonna do it. I wanted to see Tekla, I wanted to see Swerve Leo Rush. What did FTR do?
They had a tag team match. I can look up the results real quick.
Yeah, let's spoil
There was they did, Paragon and Daniel Garcia versus the Don Callis family, and I was like, I literally just saw this 2 weeks ago. Like, literally. But I got through the Will Ospreay Leo Rush match, and it was a fine match, but it was like kind of the standard Collision match. It took 15 minutes for Will Ospreay to beat Leo Rush. And I'm just kind of like, man, like, I like Leo Rush. He's a great wrestler, but I just don't think Will Ospreay should be spending 15 minutes putting away Leo Rush. But so apparently it was FTR versus Atlantis Jr. and Templario.
Okay, it's coming back to me now.
Yeah. And then just other stuff. Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. I think Hechicero versus the Outrunners and Bandito. Anthony Bowens called out Kyle Fletcher, so we're getting that in Portland next week. Tay Mello returned. I've never seen Tay Mello before. Yeah.
Ah, what?
Yeah, so that's spoiler alert, it's a match we're getting at AEW Blockbuster. It's not up. I think it's Tay Mello and Anna Jay versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh, I didn't tell you. The blood on Harley Cameron, all that was fake.
Yeah. Oh, I found that out too. It was she injured herself at Double or Nothing, and this was to get her off TV.
Yeah. I had a funny feeling. I'm like, I called it.
Yeah. We got worked, brother. We got worked.
Cool, yeah. Ty Mello and Anna Jay back together after like 2.5 years or something. I'm for it.
Mm-hmm.
Who did Tekla? What did
Lady
Handsome
Frost.
Talent? Oh, my girl, Lady Frost, man. She's like the one that you just like put out there. It used to be Queen Aminata, but she like leveled up a few notches.
Yeah. She's too cool to take casual losses now. Only losses.
I wouldn't speak so soon based on what's happening next week.
Oh no.
Tekla versus Queen Aminata.
Yes. Then we're gonna see it live. Ooh, yeah. If anyone doesn't know, me and Chandler are going to AEW Summer Blockbuster live in Portland. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just randomly, spur of the moment, I'm like, all right, I got to get a ticket because after we had our last week's Dynamite review, I'm like, okay. As soon as we got off the air, I found a reasonably priced ticket, and
Nice.
I'm gonna keep my streak going. Portland, Washington shows. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Try to get some merch.
Yeah, I was umming and on about going, just because it's pretty cheap tickets, but I don't have a whole lot of money right now, so it's just debating. And then as soon as I saw Ospreay Swerve too, I was like, well, shit, like, come on, man, Come on, you're really forcing my hands here. I know I asked for Takeshita, but like that's as close as I'm gonna get to beating Takeshita as we can.
Yeah.
And then we have Hurt Syndicate versus Mike Bailey, Commander, and Kevin Knight. Like that'll be fun. Omega Okada contract signing. Mystico will be there. Kyle Fletcher versus Anthony Bowens. That'll be fun. Tony Storm versus Julia Hart. Very excited about that.
Ooh.
Tekla versus Queen Aminata, and then that 4-women tag match that I told about earlier. And they'll probably add more matches, I imagine.
Yeah, like it'd be weird for Takeshita not to be on a 4-hour show in my mind.
I'm not holding my breath. He was at Denver. I'm not gonna be too. I'd be greedy if I'm asking for more from this card. Okay, I'd be greedy. This is Portland. Last time they were here, it was like MJF and Daniel Garcia, which was a good match, but like kind of like low key, like Swerve and Penta and Joe and Keith Lee, like all cool matches, but nothing crazy. This is kind of crazy. Like I don't even know what they cooking, but they cooking. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm quite pleased that you're more into AEW right now than the other guys.
I remember like forcing myself to be optimistic for like the lead up to Revolution. So I was like, come on, guys, like AEW's a little stinky, but like it'll improve, it'll get better. And it very much has, unless you're Will Ospreay. Apparently it still sucks.
Yeah.
I think Ospreay just maybe needs a little script writer. Oh, he said it. He said it. He said the dirty word, a writer. What was it? But yeah, like just WWE still. You know, I think it's a non-0% chance that El Grande Americano wins the Money in the Bank contract.
Ooh.
Non-zero.
You're making me kind of want to watch it now.
The only way they could get me back into the Fed, as I'm gonna call it these days now, El Grande Americano wins Money in the Bank and he cashes it in on Gunther and Jay the next night. Obviously, this is just blatant fantasy booking. And then Grande Americano comes out, maybe just DQs them both so it's not like another, he makes it a triple threat or whatever. Cashes it on Jay, beats him, and then unmasks and go, I had to do this stupid gimmick to get seen as Eddie. Like, and he has this like angry heel Chad Gable gimmick. But apparently people be thinking it's Ludwig Kaiser now, which is kind of crazy.
Did you see the still of his boot with CG
my God,
on it?
Yeah, it said CG on it.
I saw a couple things. People are trying to be funny. They're like, "Oh, it's Chavo Guerrero."
Dude, that would be hilarious. That would actually be a funny bit. Yeah, I don't know. I still hate El Grande Americano, unfortunately.
Maybe he could cash in on the AAA champion,
Chad Gable, because Chad Gable is beating El Hijo de Vikingo.
That would be funny.
What,
Dave? You're not into this?
No, I'm not. Do we want to talk about a little debut on NXT?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Some random blonde lady who I've never heard of before because they didn't say her name showed up and said she's going to make it glamorous now. I can't think of anybody who has to like deal with glamour shit. But also, I have received news. Mariah May has retired from professional wrestling. So this is quite unfortunate. I would say in my short time of watching AEW, she has had one of the best feuds and one of the best matches in that entire company's history.
Yeah.
So it's such a shame that she retired so young with so much time on her career. But you know what? I mean, at least she went out on a bang.
Yeah, she did.
But real talk, I mean, this was always her goal because people have been finding her like. I think she had a tweet where it was like November of 2017 and she was like, I love WWE. It is the best promotion in the world. Like she literally tweeted that and it was like, dog, Jinder Mahal was the champ at the time. Why would you say that?
Did you just hinder the gender?
I'm hindering the gender.
Nobody hinders the gender.
I'm hindering the gender. So and like WrestleMania 36, I think she said both nights were amazing, and people are kind of dunking on her for that. And I'm like, I'm giving her a little bit more leeway for that because that was a bad time, and I think they did try their best.
She will be getting a new name.
Mariah March.
Yep.
Well,
March, April, May.
The issue is like Mariah May is such a good wrestling name, and it's her name. So like, why can't she just do that?
Yeah.
They can't have that. People with
I
their
know.
own rights to their own name. Oh,
So let's look at this, right? Ricky Starks had to change, but Ethan Page didn't. But Brian Pillman Jr. did. But there was a little bit of a reason for that, so that's fine. But like Vakur didn't. But she was an AW.
Sean Spears.
Sean Spears, that's true. It's just
They didn't make
interesting.
him go back to whatever the hell he was before.
Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger was kind of a jokey gimmick anyways. I think if they did, it would have killed all of the momentum instantly. Could you imagine, Chad, if he was doing the 10 gimmick in 2024? And he's like old? Like, no more 10 gimmick. No more.
He'd have been released by now already.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's so much WWE stuff. We haven't even talked about like the R-Truth shit. Did you guys talk about it on your Monday show or?
No, I think it happened possibly that evening, or I can't remember. I don't think we did.
Yeah, I just think it's like really disappointing. And like they just didn't renew his contract, which is whatever. But like, come on, man. Like it's like in the wrestling business, you kind of do have to take care of people after they've retired. That's just kind of like how it is. You know, you just give them a Legends contract. It's fine. So if you don't want R-Truth to wrestle anymore, why not give him a Legends contract? And I feel like this is something where like if they just hire back R-Truth, which they're not going to, but like if they just do it, they'll be like, oh, it fixes everything. I'm like, really? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You let it happen.
And I don't think this will be the last one. I think there's going to be another like really shocking one. Like I think Natalia probably, or even like Rey Mysterio could be on the chopping block, which like sounds insane, but like I never thought R-Truth was going to get cut.
True.
Karrion Kross, which like a lot of people are really behind now, which like he had one good promo and now everyone is like, yeah, we need to push him. And why would if they cut him? It's the last straw with WWE. And I'm like, really? That's the last straw?
Karrion Kross is the
Karrion Kross is your last straw with WWE, not them tanking a John Cena retirement run and not him beating Ric Flair for the record. Like, I think that was my last straw. Was like, oh, this Cena heel run is like over, and they've ruined that match. I don't know. Let's stop talking about WWE. We got a better show to talk about.
Yeah, let's get into the show.
As long as we don't wear an R-Truth or Carlito t-shirt, we're good.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the Judgment Day were wearing Carlito shirts. It's just they couldn't wear R-Truth shirts.
Anyway, we got AEW Dynamite Fyter Fest. We didn't watch the full 4 hours, but the Dynamite portion was pretty good. Nothing really happened that I hated or I thought was stupid or sucked. I don't feel like we got a ton of story advancement per se.
What are you talking about, Dave? They finally announced the match that we've known we're going to get for 8 months.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hangman Osprey just kind of felt like more of the same. It didn't really advance much.
Yeah. I don't really think one of these shows. I got to know what someone else other than these 6 people are going to do it all in, right?
Yeah.
Like again, it's big, but like Osprey and Swerve, what are they doing? What's MJF doing? What are the Hurt Syndicate doing? What's Adam Cole doing? Like all these champions, like what are they doing?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get a second women's match? Because I think it's a little iffy right now.
I mean, I'd love one, but I can't tell you what stories would warrant one.
Unless they just are like 2 weeks out and they're like, we'll do a women's casino gauntlet battle match.
Ooh, yes, please.
Oh yeah. What did they do? Yeah, the men's casino battle match last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where Ricochet debuted.
Mm-hmm.
Just do
Ricochet
the
debuted.
women's.
And
Yeah.
Nigel came back.
Yeah, good shout out. Yeah, let's do that. I think that would be amazing. The only other thing I can think of is maybe get Tekla on that card because she just debuted. I don't know.
Do a big 4-way. Winner gets a shot at either of the 2 titles.
Yeah.
Or you could have Athena defend her title. That's not a bad idea. And
Yeah.
it's like her hometown.
Yep.
Ooh, good shout. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get her back. I don't know, man. That was not enough.
We were
One
so
little bitty match.
close. We were like right there. We got Monet versus Athena, and then they're like back down to Ring of Honor. Go.
Mhm. Yeah. Kinda left me wanting more. But I digress. Yeah, let's start out here. So they were in Denver, Colorado. Undoubtedly, like I think they mentioned it even a little, like it's got to be tough on your cardio and your like breathing, wrestling, and
It
that
was
altitude.
mostly in the Moxley Mark Briscoe match. I remembered it. Like they were really hammering it in there, but like
Yeah.
it makes sense. So like Moxley's hitting him hard with these big lariats, like, and Mark Briscoe can barely breathe. How's he getting up?
Dude, I went to Denver when I was 13 and I like couldn't breathe at one point. They like took me to the ER and they're
Oh
like, "Oh,
no.
it's just the altitude." It was like scary. Uh but yeah, we got Will Ospreay. He's in the ring. He says or actually they show a brawl between Swerve and Ospreay that broke out technically after Dynamite, but they aired it on Collision and then they aired it again here. Will
I
Ospreay says, "Oh, God,
I kind of got annoyed by like everything in this little scuffle. I hate to say it, but I'll let you describe it, Dave, and then I'll explain why I like this whole segment. The Osprey promo was fine except for the line I already said. But like I don't know, it just annoyed me.
like the little brawl
Yeah,
itself."
well, Swerve was like, I beat the Death Riders. I'm done with them. And I'm like, but you still want the title back, right? Like,
Yeah. Right.
so are you done with them or what? Because like I thought like I was confused at that. And then Osprey really should be like, it is Hangman though. Like, let Swerve do his own thing. Like, I don't know. Why is Osprey getting in Swerve's business about this?
True. Uh, but yeah, they got in that little brawl in the back. Uh, Osprey says he's embarrassed about getting in the brawl. Says John Moxley is the enemy, and he says Swerve and Hangman just need to get along for one bloody night, get the belt, and then they can kill each other. I like that part.
Yeah.
The only reason AEW sucks right now is because Moxley's the champ.
This was so close. Like it's a good promo. And I'm not even like mad at Osprey or anything, but it's like all you had to say was the only thing that sucks in AEW right now is that John Moxley is still our world champ. Everything else is gangbusters, right? Like because saying AEW sucks didn't work when it sucked. So why would you say AEW sucks when it doesn't suck? But like I'm not gonna hold him accountable because it's like it was probably just a flub, or he was like excited and he was just like trying to get it out. But like we're past this. Death Riders are taking over AEW. We've been past that.
Yeah.
Mhm. I can only imagine Tony Khan like face palming like and Gorilla
Yeah. He's
when that
like,
happened.
oh man, come on. But shout out to Tony Khan. I will say I used to criticize him a whole lot, especially because of on Twitter, because he would never stop. But he's been really polite and calm, and like I think he's had media training. It's crazy. So Shout out Tony Khan.
Conan claims that he has been told that Tony Khan's like getting booking help and ideas from other people now. So
Okay. I don't really trust Conan on
I
AEW
don't
stuff,
either. I
but
don't
like,
either.
even if that is true, like, is that a bad thing? Like,
No, it's actually a great thing. But yeah, Osprey calls out Swerve for a match at Summer Blockbuster. He's interrupted by Crew, Leo Rush, and Action Andretti. I kind of like their theme, the freaking revving of the engines and the like. I like it.
Yeah.
I did like Will Ospreay and like, who's this? Who's coming out right now? Because that was me. I was like, ooh, who is this? Like, I really need a Def Rebel theme where they're like, Crew starting now, and then I'm like, oh, it's Crew. Okay.
So Leo Rush calls out Osprey for a match later on in the night on Collision. Osprey accepts. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Did I miss anything?
Overall, it was a good promo. I don't want to like take away from Will, but it was just the one line, which I'm willing to chalk up to a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all right with it. I guess I just kind of didn't catch Swerve like saying he's done with the Death Riders.
He literally said, "I'm done with this Death Riders bullshit" or something like that, and I was like, "Are
Yeah,
you
that's kind
though?"
of
Yeah.
Like, well, then
yeah.
it's like, if you are done, then what are you up to now? Or is it Hangman again?
Yeah. Don't
Like,
you want the world title?
and it's like, I think MJF's logic too is he's like, why do you want Hangman to get it when it's like, why would you rather have Moxley hold it? There's like 5 of them. Like, I know they're trying to set up like, oh, Hangman's really hard to beat, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
but also at the other time, it doesn't really make sense just pure numbers advantage. Like, there's like 5 Death Riders and like Gabe Kidd and the Young Bucks, but like it's just Hangman.
Yeah. What percentage chance is this match going to turn into Page, Swerve, and Moxley, or even Osprey, Page, Swerve, and Moxley at some point? Could that happen?
Oh, could be Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is WrestleMania 39. This is so WrestleMania 39 with Cody Roman.
We're going to get a rubber chicken.
That would be hilarious. As much as I would be upset at the result, I fully expect and will be like genuinely shocked if Hangman wins. I do want a rubber chicken because it would be really
Me
funny.
too. Me too. Me too. But yeah, I mean, I like how AEW now has a nice handful of top guys. Like they're in another stratosphere. Omega, Okada, Swerve, Hangman, Osprey, like and Moxley. Like
It's
they
how
got a good chunk.
it's how WWE felt last year, where it's like, oh my God, there's too many big guys. There's Seth Rollins and Cody and CM Punk and Roman and Drew
True.
McIntyre, Sami Zayn and Gunther and Jay, like all these people. And it's like, oh, who's getting all this time? And like, no, that's not really the case anymore. But that was the thing last year. And I'm glad it's happening with AEW this year because it's like Osprey feels huge, Swerve still feels huge, Hangman, Omega, Okada, even Moxley still, like, and then they're just building people up still. So yeah, I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. They're definitely building people still. Briscoe, Ricochet, Hobbs, like it's happening in front of our eyes.
Osprey or Hobbs was able to beat the best wrestler alive on Dynamite, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty big push right there.
Yep, absolutely. Uh, but yeah, after that we get a Mark Briscoe kind of. I don't want to call it a promo, but said a few words before his match. He says he didn't uh quit when Moxley choked him out, he's talking about his son, asked him, what was it? Why did you lose or why did you quit?
Why did you give up? Yeah, why'd you quit?
Yeah. And that really struck a chord with him. But that's not going to happen again. Moxley better be ready to man up. God, I love Mark Briscoe, dude. Yeah, he's anytime I see him now, I know I'm going to be entertained and I know I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
I thought this was one of the best Moxley matches we've had in quite some time.
Dude,
Very
it was
true.
good. It was good.
I thought it was great. I would call it great up until the typical Death Riders ending. And even then, Mark Briscoe still tried pretty hard to salvage it. So, like, kudos. I thought it was a fun match.
Yep. Non-title match, Jon Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. Moxley gets the bulldog choke on Briscoe. The ref calls it. Briscoe passes out. We get the inevitable Yuta interfering, Shafir interfering. Yeah, we get all that. We get a freaking beautiful J Driller to Moxley. And we almost got the damn cutthroat driver, which is, I think, that might be my favorite move in wrestling today. I think I'm going to throw that out there. Hot take. But dude, I love how Moxley does the curb stomp. Like
Yeah.
I just think Shield every time he does it.
Mm-hmm. Shield chair. Sorry. But I do agree. I love it when Moxley hits a little stompy stomp. I think it's interesting. He's never really done a spear, but
Did he
for
do that in
you.
WWE?
No, he didn't. I don't even think he did stomps in WWE. I think he only did it after he left as like, love you, Rollins. I guess he doesn't feel that way about Roman Reigns, but whatever. Not my place.
Get that Moxley countering a froggy bow right into a rear naked choke and then into an arm bar. That was pretty slick.
Moxley had his working boots on. This was a great match from both ends.
He didn't do that goofy fucking thing.
Yeah. That's just how he sells. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know? And right now, I think it's just because he's the head of this ultra elite, scary, supposedly group of tough guys. It just doesn't really work. Or maybe if like he didn't do it every match and like kept it until the Hangman match, you know, something like that, then maybe it would work more. But I don't know. I don't have any negatives in this match. I thought it was a really good performance from both guys, especially Mark Briscoe. I'm a little disappointed because they amped it up big that Moxley kicking out of the J Driller is the first time, at least in AEW and Mark Briscoe's singles run, that somebody's kicked out of the J Driller. So I'm a little disappointed that it just happened on some Collision, or some Dynamite, but it was still a good spot. So it's kind of like when Drew McIntyre kicked out of the End of Days in like a nothing match at WrestleMania. And it's like, man, no one kicked out of that for like 7 years.
Yeah.
So like you're just letting it go in like some lame WrestleMania match, but it was still a cool spot.
I'm glad Briscoe got a little color. He's like the new Moxley in that regard. Like he's gonna bleed no matter what now. Moxley doesn't bleed that often. Like he every now and again. But remember when it was like every match for like months on end? Even before you were watching Chandler, like he would bleed every single match.
I remember hearing about it where it's like, oh, but the Moxley match, he's bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always surprised when the refs didn't just come out wearing the gloves. So like, why are you waiting to put them on? You know you're gonna need them.
Yeah. Plan ahead, ref. Do your job better.
But yeah, really, really fun match. Really enjoyed it. Then we get another Mystico video package like we got last week. Then we got a really great match again. Tony Storm teaming with my girl Mina Shirakawa against Julia Hart and Sky Blue. how about that entrance? I loved Sky Blue and Julia Hart's entrance, like holding hands, like walking down the stage. Like, oh, it worked, man. They're both those like spooky, evil ladies. Oh, it's so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
We got Mercedes on commentary. She gets her own little table with a steak dinner and a glass of wine. Classy. Uh, and the whole match, she's like, couldn't even be bothered to like really pay attention until a little bit later on. She's on her phone. She's not paying attention. And then she doesn't even wear the headset.
Yeah, because they were advertising, oh, Monet on commentary, and then I was like, oh, she's like not on commentary though. What? This is weird,
No.
but it was silly. It was funny.
Yeah. But Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa both give Julia Hart and Sky Blue back-to-back alternating hip attacks. Tony gets her chicken wing on Sky Blue for the win. Tony rolls out of the ring, and Monet kind of books it out of there, and Tony starts eating Monet's steak and drinking her wine. Yeah, good stuff. I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny when she grabbed the handful of salad too and just
Yeah. This might have been my favorite part of the night. I really did like Moxley and Mark before the end happened, but this was really fun. Such a real nice babyface win for Storm and Mina, and let Storm get one over Monet in this build up to their match. Was this the best build that we've had to any of the matches on Dynamite, at least on this one episode? Because like Hangman and Moxley wasn't really advanced, at least in Dynamite. I know Hangman had a promo. And then Omega Okada was also not progressed until Collision. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely advancing for a match that I cannot wait for. Ooh. But yeah, a
Which is
couple
good because
cool.
that was one of your big concerns was they had that one promo and then just go away for 6
Mhm.
weeks. So
Yeah, yeah, I was real worried they were just gonna kind of put that on the back burner, and then, oh yeah, we're a week away. Here we go.
and
Yeah,
next week, Monet is also going to be on commentary for Storm and Hart's match. So we'll see how that goes.
beautiful, great, great. Cool. Yeah, they're doing exactly what they need to do. I got to give my girl Julia Hart props. I love that spider hold she does on the ropes. I've seen
yeah,
her do
that
that
was
a couple
cool.
times. And her freaking Undertaker rope walk forearm. Oh, God, I love it. Like, she doesn't need to do all like super crazy stuff, like her
Yeah,
moonsault. That's not even necessary. Like, the Heartless Lock is fine. Keep that. Uh, yeah, I'm just a really big fan of Julia Hart.
cool. Yeah, honestly though, I don't know because the whole like Malachi leaving and all that. Then she's sort of on her own. I don't know if she could use maybe a bit of an adjustment to her character because she, is not part of the House of Black and it just feels kind of off to me. But
Yeah, especially if like Buddy and Brody definitely were like, we're just hard men. We're no
yeah,
longer goths. We're just tough guys, top guys, if you will. But Julia Hart's very much still goth, and Sky Blue's still very much with her. But like she's still like tangentially with Brody, so it's kind of odd how they're doing that. So, but it just feels like she's kind of in limbo still,
yeah, that's a
and they don't.
good word.
Yeah, they don't really like. I don't know if he'd really fit to go with that like tough vibe that Buddy and Brody got. So maybe sticking with the goth is like a smarter plan. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see what they do with her going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to watching her and Tony live next week. Oh, yeah, I'm getting hyped right now. But yeah, good match. Really enjoyed it, and I say it a lot, but the women's division has come a long, long, long way.
Yeah.
I would disagree with that because this was a whole 4-hour show, and all we really had was like this match and like the squash with Tekla on Collision. Like that's kind of crazy. Like I feel like they really dropped the ball this show. Like this one match was good, but they really just didn't do much of anything else with
Yeah, at least the previous show they had, like, they still only had one match, but at least they had some segments spread out.
We did get the Ty Mello on Collision, right?
that was with the Tekla and oh, maybe that wasn't. I don't know, but still, yeah. Yeah.
But cool. After that, we get Ospreay backstage. He's interrupted by MJF. Um, MJF kind of lost me here. Maybe you can clear it up for me. It sounded like Steiner math to me. Like MJF's like trying to say why he wants this person to win because of this, and it'll be easier for this. Like, can you break that down?
This is where I said I was confused because I was like, oh, like Hangman's harder. Why would you want to support Hangman when we can go after Moxley? And it's like, why is Moxley the better choice? Really?
Yeah.
Like,
There's only one Hangman.
mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
maybe, you might just be like, oh, MJF's delusional because he's a heel, which is kind of copping out. But I don't know. Like, again, he has the Hurt Syndicate now, in theory. So he can just be like, Bobby, Shelton, help me beat up him. Okay.
MJF tells Ospreay he needs to stay out of Swerve and Hangman's biz. He says they're like animals, let them eat each other. Ospreay says MJF could never beat Paige. And MJF asked, "How's your son Harry?" And that set
Ooh.
off Ospreay. Ospreay grabs MJF, but MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin uh, slowly and calmly swarm Ospreay. Ospreay is actually looking a little scared.
He was
Rightfully
concerned.
so. Yeah. MVP says they have business elsewhere. And then just Bobby Lashley and Swerve are there, and Bobby's like straightening out Ospreay's shirt, stares him down, and then walks away. Ospreay is looking shook up. Uh, is that what we're gonna get? Ospreay Bobby?
But then, like, why aren't the Hurt Syndicate taking on a tag team? Because they literally were like, we want the best tag team. And they're going on and on
So,
about how FTR are the winningest tag team of all AEW. So, like,
here's how I think it's gonna go down. At Summer Blockbuster, Swerve and Ospreay have their match. Ospreay beats Swerve,
I agree with you. I think Osprey's going to beat Swerve.
and then they're attacked by the Hurt Syndicate. And then Ospreay and Swerve do the back-to-back thing, and they gotta now we gotta like team up, and I think that's how we're gonna get there. It's gonna be Ospreay and Swerve versus Hurt Syndicate.
For the belts?
Yeah, why not?
See, I don't like that because it's A, not a tag team, and B, I don't want either team to lose right now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to put the scenario in my head. I'm like, I don't see an outcome I'm really into.
Who takes the pin? MVP, but it doesn't count because he wasn't in the match? Like, I don't like that would be that's kind of how I felt about Swerve and Osprey, where I was like, is this really what we're doing for All In? Like, I feel like, yeah, it'll be a good match, but I feel like there are better things creatively we could do with this guy. So I would, I know I'm saying this because we're getting to see it live, but I'm much happier that it's on Dynamite. And if it were on a Dynamite that isn't in my hometown, I'd still be happier than it being at All In. But again, it still is begging the question.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm still thinking this is somehow gonna lead to the Avengers Assemble moment. Like they will eventually get along.
Yeah. And then I go, oh, so what? They just lose at All In. But then again, that's what happened in WWE because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out and ran off the Usos, and Cody still lost. So like that's totally gonna happen at All In.
I mean, at least I'm like wondering how in the world this is gonna work out. Like I'm intrigued. I
Yeah.
have no clue where this is going. Like it's
Yeah,
got that going for it.
I'd rather be speculating and like, ooh, where's this going? What's Osprey doing? What's Bobby doing? Whereas like WWE, where I'm like, I do not give a fuck who wins either Money in the Bank briefcases, which is crazy.
Yeah. And of
I've
course, we'll do this in
never.
4 weeks, though. Then I'll be worried because then it's like, oh, guys, the pay per view's like right around the corner.
Well, sorry, not to keep talking about WWE, but did you literally hear that Triple H has gone on record to say he does not like the Money in the Bank briefcase and thinks it's a bad gimmick? And it's like, brother, why would you say that 2 weeks before your Money in the Bank pay-per-view? You're basically saying, like, I'm not going to book this with, like, the best intent, which if you think about, like, the Money in the Bank cash-in since Triple H took over, it kind of makes sense. Like, we don't need to go through this, but, like, think about it, right? Austin Theory had his botched one.
That was horse shit.
That was Triple H's reign. Drew McIntyre had his botched one. That was Triple H's reign. So that's 2 times that he's just pissed away the Money in the Bank briefcase. I liked the Drew one, but still, he pissed it away. So I don't know. Interesting. Sorry. Back to AEW. I'll stop diverting.
But yeah, we left off here. Osprey looking shook up after Bobby left. Then we get the Hurt Syndicate in the ring. We got the Bobby Lashley thumbs up, thumbs down drama with how he feels about Denver. He used to live there. He gives it a thumbs down. MVP calls out the best tag teams to challenge Bobby and Shelton. There's no one capable of beating the champs. Then we get MJF. He wants his Triple B back. He's going to actually have to start wrestling more. He's talking about Mexico, and they they show fans of the Mexican flag, someone with a penta mask on. He calls out Mystico. MJF says he sold out Arena Mexico, and he's the youngest ever to do so. He shills Happy Gilmore too briefly. He says he will let Mystico wrestle him at Grand Slam Mexico if MJF decides to do so. They're interrupted by Commander Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. Commander says everything MJF says is trash, only in Spanish. Kevin Knight wants a shot at Bobby and Shelton. MVP just starts cackling, laughing at them. MVP says they need to earn it with some wins. And then out comes Roosh, Drilistico, and the Beast Mortos for the trios match. And they kind of mentioned it. I didn't catch it, but apparently Roosh like made a face to the Hurt Syndicate. Like, did you guys catch that?
I didn't catch it.
But they said it. I like that, dude. Roosh and like Mortos versus
That'd be fun.
Bobby and
It's probably their all in match, like judging how they've been booking a Hurt Syndicate for pay-per-views.
True. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Roosh and Mortos is way better than Outrunners and Sons of Texas.
You take that back.
I'm not. I genuinely want Roosh and Mortos versus Bobby and Benjamin. As much as I love Outrunners, but
I had to Google. I was like, man, isn't Dragon Lee related to Roosh too? And Roosh, Drilistico, and Dragon Lee are all brothers.
Oh, I didn't know all 3 of them.
I forgot about that. And their like dad was a famous wrestler too. So yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
My
I like.
oh, I'll just be quick with this. My roommate came in during this segment and he was like, "Oh, is that Bobby Lashley?" Because he only watches WWE and he's only been watching for like the last 2 years or so. And he was like, "Oh, is that Bobby Lashley?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, "Oh, is he like the leader of this group?" I was like, "No, he's kind of the worst member of this group." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Well, Shelton Benjamin's a better wrestler." And I was pointing at him, right? And I was like, "MVP's a better talker and he's kind of like the manager." And then MJF is better at both than Bobby. So I'm like, yeah, I hate to say it. He's kind of the worst member of the Hurt Syndicate.
Damn, yeah, if you
Yeah.
put it like that.
Funny,
I
I
like.
always forget that MJF is actually fantastic in the ring because I never get to see it.
He hasn't wrestled since Revolution. Like, is he injured or something? And like, this is like really clever way to hide it.
Could
We're
be.
getting it in Portland.
Yeah, I actually am happy that we're gonna get to see MJF and the Hurt Syndicate in Portland. I'm looking forward to that.
I want him to change his ring gear and wear some black and gold tights. I've never
Yeah.
seen MJF wrestle in tights.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be fun.
Get some good old long boys.
Yeah. I like how Roosh, Dralistico, and the Beast Mortos like we're kind of matching with that like black and white color scheme. Mortos got a new mask. His horns aren't as like protruding. Did you notice
Yeah.
that? It's pretty cool. Love
Yeah. No.
Mortos, man. Woo.
Yeah. It was a good looking trio. I was actually really into the match.
Yeah, this was good. But let's see. We get a UFO frog splash to Mortos from Kevin Knight for the win. And this is after Mike Bailey roundhouse kicks Mortos. Commander does this amazing rope run dive on Roosh and Dralistico on the floor. Dude, like I've always thought of Commander as kind of a dork, but like he's starting to like every time he does that, the roof comes off the place.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Commander is slowly but surely losing his aura of the guy that loses on it, AEW. You know, he's kind of losing it. And I think, you know, he didn't get the win, but he was on the winning team. I think that's a really good thing. So, yeah,
Mhm.
good for Commander.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's really talented in the ring too. It's like really almost kind of unfortunate he's that kind of occupies that space.
If he can lose Alex Abrahentes, I think he'll be going places.
That's fair.
How dare you take away Alex Abrahentes? What Alex Abrahentes do, huh?
Commentary.
By the way, real quick, I have another sidebar. I saw this a couple days ago and I had to bring it up to you guys. Let me interest you guys in a match, right? How about the Frat House, this new hot team we got? So Griff Garrison, Preston Vance, and the other guys, I don't remember their name, versus the Guns, Billy Gunn, and QT Marshall. Now that's not like the craziest match ever, but would you want to see it?
Yes.
Well,
Kinda.
it's coming up.
What?
What?
At the 1FW Summer Stage indie show coming up.
Hell yeah. That's kind of awesome.
So it's July 25th. So I just wanted to bring up, like, we be asking where the Guns are. Well, don't worry, they're wrestling, and they're wrestling with AEW talent against AEW talent. It's just not on an AEW show.
That's funny.
Okay. Amazing. Very interesting. Thank you for
Mm.
bringing that to our attention. Um, let's see stuff I liked in the match. Oh, that one spot where Roosh, Dralistico, and Mortos are all carrying Mike Bailey together and just kind of like like a freaking the snake game on your phone.
That was pretty
Uh,
funny.
and then throw them out on Commander and Knight over the top rope. That was freaking awesome. That cool spot where Commander gives Dralistico a Hurricane Rana off of Mortos's shoulders. That was badass. Um, da, 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 da. but yeah, I all six guys are entertaining. I really like Roosh. Like, man, like he was Ring of Honor
He
champion at one point. Like,
Yeah, and he's got some comedy chops too. That one bit where he went running to the corner, they just stopped and gave him a bit of a kick. I was
oh,
that I was chuckling over that. I was like, oh man, he's even got the like some good little bit of comedy in him.
and he does his little rollback and like
Yeah,
poses. Oh my god, yeah, Roosh is great. I love Mortos. Mike Bailey's amazing. Kevin Knight, yeah, like every one of these guys. Uh, Dralistico was doing some crazy shit too. Um, yeah, I got nothing bad to say. I really enjoyed the match, and they've got a pretty substantial mid card like right in this match alone.
Yeah. That's a really great point that this is like a really good this is the mid card tag team match, but
yeah,
that's not a put down by any means. Like
No,
not everyone can be at the top.
yeah.
And
I
honestly,
love their mid card.
they're still using Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey, which, like, I would say a year or two ago, if they signed to AEW, they would get lost in the shuffle really quickly, and it would be like Kevin Knight main eventing Rampage, and you're like, oh, like I don't want to see that, but like, oh, Kevin Knight and Speedball, they still get these fun tag team matches, and it's not like the conglomeration where they got really stale really quickly. Like these still feel pretty fresh, and maybe
Yeah.
it's because it's not always Speedball and Kevin Knight every week. Sometimes it'll be like, Swerve will go in there, or Joe will go in there. Like there's always like keeping it fresh. So I really like how they're doing this so far. And again, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Commander have a 6-way tag team match, and like I'm really excited for that too. So next week with the Hurt Syndicate. So I'm really digging it.
Yeah, yeah. Uh I'm not bored by Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, Commander. Like I said, Commander's starting to like tick up a little bit. Little bit,
Yeah.
little bit. And it's kind of refreshing and it makes me feel good for him. Like he's getting what Fuego del Sol should have got. Have you guys heard of his new gimmick? He's like doesn't wear a mask in the indies and he like goes by his real name and he's like heel now. It's actually really, really good. Like good stuff. Like compelling. Like he did this big long promo. Like it was like, why weren't you doing this in AEW? Oh my god. Yeah,
Kind of
it's
like
really good.
Ricochet WWE, where it's like, where was this? Come on, man. You had this and you're hiding it from us.
Yeah, yeah. He's doing some cool stuff. But yeah, man, this is good. Uh Good mid card, crazy multi-man match. And you brought up the conglomeration, Chandler. I miss Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
gonna get
he's
a
injured.
freaking major pop when he comes back.
I would agree. I miss him. Unfortunately, I think he's injured. I don't know what match did it or something, but I mean, he's literally Tony Khan's favorite wrestler. He would be great in these 6-man tag team
Right?
matches. Orange Cassidy, Speedball Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight. That's a trio right
Oof.
there. Put the
Oh
belts
shit.
on them. Beat the ops. That's who beats the ops. And they like shake
Damn.
hands and they're like, you did it, guys. You made it. Like, oh, wouldn't that be great? Joe Shibata Hobbs putting over Bailey, Kevin Knight, and like Orange Cassidy. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Book it. Book it right now.
Book it,
Uh,
Con.
but after the match, the Hurt Syndicate come out to the stage. MVP says they get their match next week. They also get a preview of that ass whooping. But that doesn't happen. The Hurt Syndicate kind of looked like fools.
Well,
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sure they'll win next week. So this is like, we'll give them a little bit. Like, we'll make them look good. So I'm fine with it.
I mean, their excuse for me is they didn't want to rip their suit.
Yes. I just hope
Uh,
I just hope they really just let him go because I miss my demon Shelton Benjamin. Like back in the C2, genuinely, I think Shelton Benjamin was one of my top 10 favorite people in AEW. And now I just forget about him because like he shows up and it's like he'll do a cool thing or two in like a tag team pay-per-view match, but he really just like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate to
he's
say
really
it.
become part of the scenery.
Yeah, like I love Shelton Benjamin. I think when they let him go, he performs and he delivers, but like I don't know, he's just not great. But it's so weird because I think you can look at this Hurt Syndicate booking and objectively call it bad, but it's been entertaining and
Yeah.
it's built and it's like been the most consistent thing on television for months, and I have enjoyed every single segment I've seen. But I think if you're like looking at it objectively, it's not great, but it's still good. So what is it? Is it just because everyone's charismatic and it works? Is like MJF just carrying this all? Like I really don't get it.
You haven't
I don't
had
know.
a
I think it pre-exists at
challenge.
MJF though too. Like I don't know, something about the way like he honestly MVP's like he's kind of the glue for me. He sells it so
Too.
well.
Me too. Yeah, man. Oh, love it. Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying the Hurt Syndicate. Like, I can see where you're coming from objectively. It may not be that great, but
I
I'm
think more so
consistently entertained.
I think if they didn't have the tag titles, I wouldn't say that. But they're holding they're keeping the tag titles on a chokehold, and it's not like oh, it's because they're big tough heels. It's because the creative's bad. Like
I, I think it could be better if they were getting better challenges from, you
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
bigger tag teams, bigger stars, but
I think the fact that we still haven't done Young Bucks and Hurt Syndicate and like FTR and Hurt Syndicate is a
it's
real damn
coming.
shame.
It's
And the
coming.
only maybe it's because they're gonna beat them and they want the Hurt Syndicate reign
Yeah,
to go a little longer.
I'm
But
fine with
still,
that.
like, not both
I'm
of
okay
those
with that.
teams are gonna win, right? Well, FTR and the Young Bucks aren't gonna win, so couldn't the other one who's not gonna win the titles fight them? Like, but maybe that's coming
Ooh.
at All In and they just haven't done it yet, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're about to upload our every next AEW champion video,
Yeah,
right,
just went
Chad?
up. Just went up.
So yeah, I predicted who is taking the belts off of the Hurt Syndicate. Spoiler alert. You ready for this, Chandler?
I don't know if you want to spoil the fun for the audience, but can I guess? Is it not the Young Bucks or FTR? Or is it
Correct.
it's someone else?
Yep.
Is it like the Outrunners?
Nope.
Who'd you say? Who'd you say? Who was it? Who was it?
Cope and Christian.
You think they're beating the Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah.
On this day.
Interesting. If I'm Booker Man, I would have FTR beat them and Cope and Christian beat FTR.
I think that's what I booked, right?
I think so, dude. This is a really fun video. We need to do
Yeah.
these more often. So we predicted the next champion of every belt and when and where it happens.
Ooh,
Oh, it was fun.
interesting.
It was super fun. So we should like all do these like more often. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. You want me to do mine really quickly? Just name some
Yeah.
names real quick. All
Yeah.
right. Go to the next segment and I'll just like think about this in the
Okay.
background.
Okay. We get the Paragon, Adam Cole, O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. In the back, Cole invites Garcia to take on the Don Callis family later on in the night on Collision. Garcia insinuates that there's certain things he's looking for, something like that, and he kind of gestures to the TNT title, but he's like, getting revenge on the Don Callis family is number one, so he accepts. Then we got Speak of the Devil, a Christian Cage patriarchy segment. He says Denver is not intelligent because of the lack of oxygen from the altitude. He says Nick Wayne didn't win the Super Junior tournament. And oh yeah, that reminded me that's Kevin Knight wasn't hurt. He was in that tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, was he? I thought he was
Yeah.
injured. Oh,
No, he
well,
was in that tournament. That's pretty freaking cool.
yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
but anyway, Nick Wayne didn't win. He had a grueling schedule, however many matches in 22 days or whatever. But Nick will defend his title in a four-way match later on Collision. Did we mention the outcome of that?
I mean, I'm sure Nick Wayne won.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember who was in it, or I don't even know. I have no idea. Didn't watch it.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. Real quick. So Leo Rush versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay wins. Atlantis Jr. and Templario versus FTR. FTR win. Bandito and the Outrunners versus the Don Callis family of Hechicero, Takeshita, and Fletcher. Gee, I wonder who wins that one. They win that. The Don Callis family win that. That's one where Tay Mello comes back. Yeah. And then it was AR Fox versus Lee Johnson versus Nick Wayne versus Sammy Guevara. That was the four-way. Nick
Okay.
Wayne wins by hitting a Fisherman Buster on AR Fox, rotating. Lady Frost versus Tekla. Tekla wins. And then Daniel Garcia, Paragon versus Josh Alexander, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta. Daniel Garcia and Paragon win. That was the
Okay.
collision result.
Gotcha. Do you have your future
Yes.
predictions?
I
Let's
haven't
do
pulled
it.
up. So is it who you think will win or who do you want to win? Because those are very
Think.
big. Very okay. Think.
Yeah.
Moxley will be Darby at Wrestle Dream in Tacoma. Tony Storm will probably be Tekla. I'm just like going off of like big, like why not? I think Tony Storm's gonna beat Monet. And I think what better way to like really hot shot, like what you failed to do with Megan Bain, what way to hot shot this new talent and have Tekla beat Tony Storm, and I would say at Forbidden Door or All Out. But to not be wishy-washy, I'm gonna say Forbidden Door, because I think Tony Storm losing the women's world title on my birthday would kill me. Joking. Monet, the TBS title, that's a little bit harder to guess, but I think I've always said Willow should be the one to dethrone her to kind of get her win back and like get her title back. She never got a fair shout. So I'm going to say Willow.
I picked Harley Cameron come full circle
Ooh,
after
I like.
losing.
It'd be a good story.
I'm gonna stick with Willow. And I would say Full Gear, just to not have them all on one show, because I'm gonna have a couple all in. Okada, which is basically I think Omega wins the winner takes all. The Ops.
You think Okada?
No, I'm saying
Oh.
for the Continental title that Okada has,
Oh.
Omega is going to beat him.
Okay.
At All In, and that's where that title dies. That title does not exist after All In my booking.
The Continental.
And
Well,
they
what are
just
they going
merge
to do
them.
with the Continental Classic?
You get a big
Just a
trophy you get a big trophy and a pay-per-view main event match at Revolution for the world title. It's already ripping off the G1, so just rip off the G1 fully. I don't think anyone will complain. Tag team titles, I would say FTR at All In, so that they lose them to Christian and Cage at All Out. Christian and Cope. The Ops, I would still say the Don Callis family. So like Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and specifically Lance Archer. Because I would have Fletcher beat Adam Cole. I want to say like the next Dynamite, but I'll go realistically and say All In. And then Omega, this is probably the hardest one, is who would beat Kenny Omega for the international title, because it's going to be the combined one. So
See, I kind of booked that thing down because I was like, yeah, Omega's gonna unify the belts, and then I think I said Ricochet is gonna eventually take it off of Omega because that would be a fucking fun feud.
and that's a
Oh,
good one. That's a good
ooh,
one.
yeah.
I'm gonna say just because I don't want to take too much more time on this, I'm gonna say Speedball Mike Bailey because it's a
Ooh,
real
Oh,
nice. I'm looking to push people, baby.
uh-huh.
So I would say Speedball Mike Bailey. Either they do the 40-minute babyface match, they shake hands at 40 minutes is a bit much, but they do like a 25-minute babyface match, flippy doodah, and then Mike Bailey's the better person, shake hands, new champ.
Fair. Fair enough. See, wasn't that fun?
Yeah. It would have been more fun if I had more time, but like that
yeah.
was cool. I like doing that. We next
Um,
one we should do what's going to be the main event of every pay-per-view next year.
yep,
Ooh,
yep. I like that. But yeah, back to Dynamite. We got a Max Caster Open Challenge. Can you survive 5 minutes with the best wrestler alive? It's Powerhouse Hobbs. He beats him in like 30 seconds.
powerhouse.
Uh, Technically, he couldn't survive 5 minutes, so sucks for him.
That
Mhm.
Uranagi was vicious. I loved it.
Hobbs basically lost, but yes, that might have been the best Uranagi ever. That was really good. Um,
Yeah, love Max Caster. Like this shit is not getting old. Like it was good that it went away for a few weeks, right?
yes,
Yeah, I'll
yes.
be happy if they keep doing this. If it only pops up like every 2 to 3 weeks.
Except I do want it next week
Fair.
because I'm greedy, because
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
there.
you want to do the chant.
Yeah, I really want to go. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. My roommate also like it's funny the segments he walked in on, but he walked in on this one too, and I was talking to him about it, and I was like, yeah, the joke is he says he's the best wrestler. He's got a patent for it. He's got a petition for it. I loved the petition, getting the ref to sign it, and then the one of the commentators, probably Tabs, is like, isn't that a little bit of a uh, what am I thinking of? Clash or whatever, like
Oh yeah, conflict of interest.
yeah, conflict of interest. I thought that was really funny. And then so he was like, I can't watch this match. I was like, watch it. It'll be like 20 seconds. He's like, I don't have time. So he went out and then came back in. And I was like, dude, the match is over. And he's like, ah, what? And I was like, yeah, it was that short. That's the point.
Okay, let's do another prediction while we're at it. Who does Max Caster beat? Who's his first win for the Open Challenge?
Adam Cole for the TNT title.
Ooh,
No, I'm joking
it's
with that one.
ballsy. Brandon Cutler.
Michael Nakazawa. No, who is it? Nick Camarado. He beats Nick Camarado.
You take that back.
Pretty Peter Avalon.
Whoa, it's too far.
Griff Garrison.
Who's that? I haven't heard of them before. The really jacked guy from the frat house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Griff
don't know
Garrison.
his name.
Did
What
it.
about Big Boom AJ?
Ooh,
Oh.
the heat, brother.
What if Max Caster and Big Boom AJ, they have like 3 60-minute time limit draws, and then finally it's a 60-minute Iron Man match. They both go head to head. They go the distance. They go the whole time without a fall, and then they go into sudden death overtime, which is another hour. And then like they're like, we've had a whole Dynamite, just Max Caster and Big Boom AJ wrestling. And then finally Max Caster gets the pin. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think Big Boom AJ would get so gassed he'd spew double chocolate chunk cookies all over the place.
You know, to be fair, I don't really know anyone else who could wrestle 2 hours straight.
Right?
So that
He'd
might be a
blow,
little too much.
he'd blow double chocolate chunks.
All over the ring. That's how he wins. Never mind. Big Boom AJ wins.
Caster just slips.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like the Triple H Stone Cold finish where AJ's too exhausted and he just falls over, and that's how he wins. Oh, we're booking such a great match. Come
We
on, give me
are.
the
We
pen.
are. We
Give me
are.
that booger pen, Tony Khan. I heard you need help.
But yeah. Anyway, Max Caster's pretty entertaining, pretty funny. I'm liking it. Then I think this is the main event: International Championship 4-way match.
Mhm.
Brody King versus Claudio versus Mascara Dorada versus Kenny freaking Omega. Uh, let's see. Claudio gets teamed up on from the other three guys from the get go. Brody King power bombs Dorada into Claudio, who's sitting in a chair on the floor. And then Brody King does his beautiful crossbody to both men while they're in the chair. Oh, love Brody
I
King.
love that.
Yeah. Omega tries a one-winged angel on Brody King and can't do it, but Claudio uppercuts Brody King off of Kenny's shoulders. Dorada launches off Brody King's back into a Hurricane Rana to Claudio in the corner, and then he Hurricane Rana's Claudio onto Brody King. That was sick. Uh, Claudio giant swings Brody King, and Dorada plays the Wheeler Yuta role and does the drop kick to Brody King. Um, Kenny counters a Hurricane Rana from Dorada with a one-winged angel for the win. Um, and then this is a little bit into hour 3, but I thought it was relevant. Okada uh, walks out to get in Omega's face. They get in a little brawl. Kenny dodges a Rainmaker, and Okada squirms out of a one-winged angel. And yeah, that's it for Dynamite. And we get the match confirmed. Unification, baby. It's gonna be
Man,
good.
something, I've been so super happy getting Kenny back, but minus Excalibur always yelling about diverticulitis and 2 feet of intestines. But the way he sold that poison Rana, and I was like, oh, that's the Kenny I miss. Because he just like, fuck it, I'm taking it on my head. Like it was nasty.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
thought
good
this match.
match.
Yeah, it was really hard hitting, but I mean, with Brody King and Claudio in there, I would kind of expect it to be hard hitting. But Kenny Omega was great. Obviously, I haven't seen this. Is probably my first Mascara Dorada match I've ever seen, aside from like a tag team match, maybe last year that I don't remember. But he obviously was great. So this was just a real fun main event for the Dynamite portion of Fyter Fest, and yeah, it was just a good match.
Yeah, I agree. I had a lot of enjoyment
It is
watching that
crazy
match.
how incredible Kenny Omega still is after
Yeah.
his year off, like, and almost dying from diverticulitis. Like think about the matches he's had since returning, and like it's not like he's been carried. It's not like it's Will Ospreay wrestling a broom. Like, no, Kenny Omega is still pretty much Kenny Omega. So like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know, man. I was like that Gabe Kidd match on what was it, Maple Leaf Wrestling? There we go, MLW.
It was the Worlds Collide show, not
Yeah,
that.
oh,
Wrestle Dynasty.
yeah, yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was just incredible.
I still need to go back and watch it. I think I saw
Yeah.
on Twitter once someone was like, F it, and they posted the whole thing, and I could have watched it, but I was like, I'll watch it later. And then New Japan is like crazy. They're faster than WWE at taking shit down. Like, they're like on it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch it, but I'll go watch it at some point because it
Yeah,
seems like it's
that's on my bucket list. Like
mm.
he went hard for his
Yeah,
first match back.
I mean, he was covered in blood at the post-match interview. I'm so sad we never got that Kenny Omega. I was so excited for that Kenny Omega in that post interview where he was like, "There's a lot of people in AEW that are taking me for granted, and
yeah,
They don't appreciate everything I've done for them. They don't appreciate the groundwork I've laid for them. We have not gotten that Kenny Omega. So, like, I know we're long past getting it, but, like, where'd
Yeah,
he go?
that would have been awesome.
Why did he do that in the post show of a New Japan show and then never do it for the show he owns? Not owns, but is a big part of. Anyways, is it Ronamite time?
Yeah, do the thing.
Oh,
Rana
it's time
might.
to do the thing. We're gonna get. You know what's funny? There's a couple AEW matches in here. Let me just tell you right there. Only one. But it's also funny. So starting off, Billy Gunn with China and Triple H defeats Goldust. Bro, what they could do this match right now if they wanted to. Tony Khan. How long did it go?
3:38. Ooh, changed it up.
5:39.
What is this? An Iron Man match? 201, baby.
Oh my gosh.
God.
So this one's really interesting. Because I think it's I'm so this is Draws defeats George Steele. Is this like
The animal?
yeah, that's
George
why I'm
Steele?
like the George Steele? Because the time you're not gonna get it right. I'm just gonna tell you, you're not gonna get it. I don't think it's no, it is. It's George the Animal Steele.
Jeez.
I'm looking on Cage Match, and they're like, "Oh, it's a credible threat in Bruno Sammartito's first title run and an enormous threat to." Yeah, this is the George the Animal Steele. Okay. Spoiler alert. How long did it go? You're not gonna get it. You're just not gonna get it.
11:19.
8 minutes, 6 seconds.
48 seconds. And what? Like, come on. I know this is. I didn't even do the. I was just so excited to start this. This was January 25th, 1999. WWF Raw's War, Phoenix, Arizona. 13,000 people in attendance.
What number episode?
296. 296. Once again, Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. So yeah, in 1999, Draws beat George Steele in 48 seconds. Okay. This next one's also interesting because I legit, like, I don't know everything about WWE and WWF, but I feel like I would have heard about this. It was a WWF World Tag Team title match. Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart defeat Ken Shamrock and the Big Boss Man.
That sounds awesome.
And Ken Shamrock and the Big Boss Man were the champions, and Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart became tag team champions. Like, I've never heard of that. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Cool.
So it's a big old title match. How long did it go?
3:53.
6:42.
4:39. Ugh.
So I was wondering, like, so Jeff Jarrett still was in WWF at the time.
He left about SummerSlam 1999 because that was the Intercontinental title match with China, where he was like, I don't want to lose to a woman unless I get paid money. And so he basically held Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon paid him and then was like fired him immediately. And obviously, in case you didn't know, that's what led to the iconic Vince McMahon, Jeff Jarrett, you're fired on that WCW dual broadcast, which is a little funny. It's just a little funny. Next up, Test defeats Val Venus. How long did this one go?
4:49.
1 minute, 9 seconds.
Ooh, close, Chad. 126. 126.
Damn, this is like Nitro times.
Nah, this is why I like it so much. Hardcore tag team match up next. Al Snow and the Road Dogg. They beat a couple jobbers. Some guy named Gangrel and Edge. Never heard of those guys. What a bunch of losers. Anyways, how long did this one go?
2:11.
Damn, I was gonna say 2:12.
5:46.
What?
This is so far the longest match of the night. It is not, or it will not be the longest match. So the next match is longer. Just I'll let you know. So it's longer than 546. In a WWF World Heavyweight Title I Quit match, The Rock, who I think beat Triple H last week, defeated Triple H. They just did the rematch. How long did this one go?
402.
848.
909.
What
It's
the
a big one,
hell?
baby. And then
Yeah.
just for funsies, they had a dark match. It was for the WWF World Heavyweight title. So that's kind of fucked up that they just had Rock beat Triple H in an I Quit match. And now in a dark match, they're having The Rock fight The Undertaker. But The Undertaker defeats The Rock by DQ. So it was just a DQ.
Oh,
But yeah,
wow. Interesting.
so I'm gonna be honest. I'm already loving Ron Mike because that was kind of nutty. Like I
Yeah.
got to find out a tag team that I've never heard about before. Like Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart teaming together. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew that.
And yeah, so that was an interesting Raw.
Yeah. Fun. Cool. Yeah. So we're actually gonna retro view WrestleMania 32
Yes.
coming
That's finally
up.
happening.
Yes, unless something awful happens, like somebody dies, I will be there and we will review WrestleMania 32, baby.
Shit. I gotta watch it again now.
Yay!
I'm gonna rewatch the main event.
Oh, why would you do
I might rewatch the Undertaker match.
I loved that match. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
I'm glad you loved it because I have been. This is my kingdom come. I've been waiting for this for so long. I'm gonna rip and tear, baby. I think even like the good matches, I still think they fucked them up. So I can't wait. Like especially the women's triple threat. Wrong winner. Wrong winner. But we'll get to that. We don't want to spoil it for the lovely audience. But I will not be there for the Dynamite review because to get the Wednesday off, I had to switch my days off. So unfortunately, I will not be reviewing Dynamite next week, but I will be there for WrestleMania 32.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it. We got everything knocked out that we needed to talk about. Little friendly reminder. Elbow drop that like button, power bomb that subscribe button, and leave a damn comment.
Yeah, quit being so quiet, especially you, guy. I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Because there ain't no girl watching
Oh, there
us.
might be. You don't know. Don't disparage. Don't gatekeep. We love all wrestling fans.
According to our YouTube data, 0% of our viewers are women.
Maybe they just don't have accounts, you know. They just haven't clicked the woman box, you know. They just didn't
Yeah,
click
yeah.
the women box.
This is 2025. You can be what you want.
Yeah. How's our non-binary demographic looking? You know,
Weirdly high, actually.
Hey, I'm good with that. We love our them followers. We love you.
Yes.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I can't remember. Oh, I was gonna say we accept all wrestling fans except those who think Vince should take back WWE. Those fans can go fuck themselves, but everyone else is welcome.
I agree. And on that note, I think I'm gonna do the thing that I do.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Ah.
Wah, wah.